Hello everyone, welcome back to the Holy Comforter Episcopal Church YouTube Bible study. Happy New Year, happy 2019, Merry Christmas, all of the above. It's great to be back with you as we celebrate the Feast of the Epiphany this Sunday, January 6th. It's one of the 7 principal feast days of the church year. It only comes up on a Sunday about once every 7 years, so it's great to have the celebration. We'll get to sing We Three Kings and all that. So the gospel lesson is Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 12, the classic story of the wise men, the magi from the east. They see a star, they observe a star, they follow it. Could have been a comet or a supernova or something like that. There are all sorts of accounts in ancient literature about people seeing a star and it being an omen or a harbinger of some sort. So they come to Jerusalem, they tell King Herod, hey, a king has been born. And Herod's not happy about that, as you can imagine, because he styles himself as king of the Jews. And so what he does is he tells the wise men, or he gathers the chief priests and the scribes, and they figure out that this child is in Bethlehem, because that's where the prophet said the king would be born. And so the wise men go and they visit the baby Jesus and his mother in Bethlehem. And then it says that the wise men return home by a different road because they have a dream and they catch wind that Herod is wanting to kill this baby, right? Because this baby is another king. So we'll actually read a little bit later in the Gospel of Matthew that Herod is upset that the wise men have skipped town and didn't tell Herod where baby Jesus was, so he orders the slaughter of all the children in the area under 2 years of age. It's really a horrific, grisly story. But I think we see in it, we see Herod's true nature. And I think this is one of the real lessons of the Epiphany. Of course, Epiphany is showing forth its manifestation. The Gentiles represented by these 3 magi see God. That this is a showing forth of God to the people who are not Jews. But it also reveals Herod's true nature, which is that he's a small bully of a man. And he's threatened by a child. And so he orders the slaughter of all the other children in the area. Like I said, a truly horrific and gruesome story. And sadly, one that we are familiar with in our modern age of rulers, of strong men being so insecure and so fragile that they order the death of millions of innocent people. King Herod is nothing new, and the autocrats and dictators that we know in the 20th and 21st centuries are nothing new. This is what happens when small, fragile little leaders come to power, is that they will do anything to hold on to that power, even to kill innocent people. The other thing that's happening here is, of course, much celebrated, the 3 wise men bring, I said it, 3 wise men. We actually don't know that there were 3 wise men. It just says wise men from the east, and they happen to bring 3 gifts. There could have been 2 wise men. There could have been 50 wise men. We don't know. All we know is that they brought 3 different gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. We would say maybe symbolically gold because he's king, and frankincense because he's God, sort of like the offering of incense. And myrrh is the oil that they would rub all over a dead body when they were laid in a tomb. So even here at on the Epiphany, we have an omen of what is to come, that Jesus is going to die because the wise men bring him myrrh. Most of all, though, like I said, is that the Epiphany, it is a great celebration, but it's a celebration that asks a question of us. When we see Jesus, what's revealed in our own hearts? Will we be like the wise men who open up our hearts, open up our treasure chests to give to God, or are we going to be threatened by God and try to lash out to hold on to whatever little power, little fiefdom, money, title, authority that we have? So Epiphany is going to ask a question of us, and it will reveal our own true nature. Thank you all for joining me. Would love to hear from you. As I said, Merry Christmas, Happy Epiphany.